This is gonna be the title in the description. After talking about Dr. Disrespect, a stranger on the internet decided to split hairs and tell the difference between a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old. And is it really that bad based on which age it is? The answer is a universal yes! Yes! So here's a 13-minute long video about me roasting this individual, and then later timing him out and probably banning him, because why the fuck want him here? That's literally gonna be I'm literally giving you the timeline of this situation, how it starts, where it ends, and I put the ball back in your court to make amends, to try and save faith, to say, okay, look, I just sunk my heels in because I felt like I was being attacked on the internet. True, fair, cool. I'm the perpetrator in this attack, and if I'm being accused of attacking someone on there because they wanted to split hairs on what a PDF file deems appropriate or not appropriate, I'd be glad to be your hero and save you from this dilemma. But you're not going to learn this lesson because you haven't learned how to take L's, and take it from a loser who's learned a lot in my time. Sometimes it's better just to shut the f*** and take that L. Just take it, bro. I never liked him or his content, but unless the minor he was talking to was prepubescent, he either whatever by mixing them all together, you really blend severity. Hey, you know what? You can go. I'm not here to argue with you about which one is which. Inappropriate conversations with anyone that is below the age of the legal limit of your country, but dare I say, I take that all the way up to someone that can make critical decisions for themselves, like let's say, I don't know, maybe drink alcohol or buy marijuana. You're weird, you're sus, and and you sitting here trying to pretend that you're pseudo trying to explain some bullshit. You're probably a problem, bro. You probably need to go check into some facilities. You probably need to check stuff. And I don't know who you are. I don't know what you think it is. But if you keep talking like that on the internet, you're going to end up on a list, my guy. Inappropriately. That's the key word. It doesn't, the age, you could be talking inappropriately to anybody. You could be talking to inappropriately to a 54-year-old grown-ass man. That's bad. That's wrong, period. But yeah, Zebrica, I don't know what delusional world you live, and you could preface it with saying, "Oh, I didn't like the doc really, but I think you should be able to separate." Go shut the up, okay? Keep talking like that on the internet, you're gonna end up on a list. There's a difference. There's a difference between the two. Shut the fuck. Man, oh wait, Zebra, you tried again, bro? I don't disagree. Zebra, you gotta go home, bro. You gotta log off, man. You gotta log off. I haven't even read this comment yet, but I will time you out. You gotta go home. You gotta log off, or you gotta stop with the copium. But I'm prejudging you, but I'm rarely wrong about these things. I don't disagree that it's wrong or inappropriate, but to attack me on that clarification just shows how immature you are. Cool story, bro. Just your thinking is at this time, dude. You just said if you're inappropriately messaging a minor in your country, you just completely blurred shit. No age limit in many countries are 13 until recently. In Japan, 16, 14, so on and so forth. So please, bro, don't take what I said to support him. There is a difference between going after toddlers, 17-year-olds, brother. Wrong, or should I be? Nah. You want to know something that's crazy? You have all the dates and memories for all these things, and that's cool, whatever. My whole thing is, no one cares about the distinction of when it. The action is whoever and whenever you want to talk about. And if you want to talk formalities, there's a bunch of cultures out there that have all of their own distinct rules. Just because they have their beliefs doesn't mean that I can't find it disgusting, annoying, or arbitrarily wrong. My whole thing for you is, why do you feel the need to make that distinction before acknowledging that he's just a dirtbag? Who cares about the distinction? Who cares about when that's happening? He's having inappropriate conversations, period, with anybody. But you're so fixated on just having the argument, bro. Yeah, that's why I'm going to attack your character, because you're disingenuous. Go find some morals and go stand on business and then come back to this chat section. But until then, you're just looking for a reason to argue. Go f*** yourself. I don't have to agree with you, loser. If you don't like it, log off. You can leave my channel, bro. As I was saying before I was rudely interrupted. Sheesh, to think. He came here and thought he was the main character. Bro, this is coding with strangers. This ain't coding with your bum ass. Get out of here. Get out of here. What are we talking about? You think this is who's what? Get out. Bro, you're funny. Yeah. Coding with dubious characters. Come on, man. You're gonna be in a. I'm gonna give you a chance to apologize, and I'll probably cut this out of the video because people on YouTube are gonna see this. Is that how you want to be remembered? I tried to make a distinction between toddlers and prepubescent children, and he came at my character. Yeah, because anyone that's doing that is probably weird, bro. Yeah, someone was over here trying to split hairs and shit. Could you imagine? Ren, could you fucking imagine? Oh, yeah. You're right. You're right, Yak. You're right, Yak. You're absolutely right. Homeboy came here and said, but there's a difference between what type of person he was talking. Shut the fuck up. He came over here and was like, excuse me, sir, there's a difference between the two. Shut the fuck up. Could you imagine? Yeah, don't worry, Yag. The YouTube video will be posted tomorrow morning. Sir, there's a difference, by the way. Imagine that's your fame to claim. I corrected a streamer online. I corrected a streamer online. And there was I didn't get the chance to see Asmongold Gold speak on it, and somebody was saying Asmon was sort of defending him, and I didn't get that vibe that Asmongold Gold was defending him, but Asmongold Gold gives me I have no reason to believe this, but I feel like it's because he plays the center of the road probably a lot more than I would like to, or I do. But man, a few people were saying his take was a little bit worrisome, which big if true. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to do a follow up to this video, but there's so much that was going into it, right? So much that went into the whole process. Yeah, I think he's very middle of the road. There was one take that I heard of his that I didn't like, but I think the part of it that I saw for the one with this in regards to this, he was basically saying that the reason why he removed the minor and put it back was because if you came up to me and said I had inappropriate conversations with somebody, in real life, if someone came up to me and said, hey, I've been having inappropriate conversations with somebody, the first question I would ask is, was it with a minor? And he was trying to argue or justify why he felt the need to put the minor back in. But I think Asmon missed the point of, why did you feel the need to take that detail out? And the truth is because we are all human and we want to soften the hit of what we're about to admit to, which is, from a social standpoint, no one's going to touch you with a 10-foot pole. And I'm still on the fence if YouTube should take action. I'm very much on the fence if YouTube should take action. And to be quite frank, he admitted. So it's not. I was on the fence. I think YouTube should ban him, because now you don't know what he's doing on your platform, and it'll be very interesting to see in the next 2 to 3 weeks how many more people come forward about inappropriate conversations they've had with Dr. Disrespect. Now, granted, if the cheating and the minor fornication happened at the same time, and he's truly changed a new leaf and he's trying his best to garner a new path, I think that path can only be paved after retribution. You got to pay your toll. I don't think he's paid his debt. He still thinks he isn't wrong. He didn't apologize. And that's a problem. That's truly a problem. And we got people in the chat thinking this is there's people in this chat who thought like this was up for debate. No, this is me roasting somebody for 45 minutes. You don't like it, leave. Hey, but I appreciate him staying. Got the free views. And I appreciate you liking my content. That's cool and all, but that's not gonna stop you from getting this talk down too, right? No. If you want to have a good faith conversation about something so tenuous, you have to add prefix before you inject your conversation. I'm sorry. If you want to have a conversation about that, something that is deemed inappropriate on all levels, and you want to have because there's studies on it, right? I've studied psychopaths. I've studied people with mental disorders that have driven them to criminal offenses. When we have conversations about their actions versus their illness, we have to preface it. That is the standard I hold here too. So you come in here talking about, you think anyone in this chat or anyone in this conversation isn't well aware that there's a difference? It wouldn't be confusing. You made an assumption, and I'm here to tell you you're wrong. I think you coming in and saying, hey, I think there's a lot of places this goes. I think this person is dog water, but I do genuinely want to ask a question because it is a legitimate question if you're arguing in good faith. If this person was a minor in the sense that they were 17, 16, maybe even 18, engaged in this conversation, are we really as bad as a game are we holding it to a regard as someone that's arguing with this? And the answer would still be yes. It doesn't matter. But that is a question that medical professionals will ask. Psychological professionals will ask. Criminal investigations will be asked. Right? When we're talking about something of that magnitude, that level of seriousness, I'm even wondering, is it worth it to even make said argument? Is it worth it to make that argument? Is your argument going to change the outcome of the actions and behaviors at hand? And 9 times out of 10, in that scenario, no. So then everyone has to believe that it's not in good faith, and that's what creates a negative outcry. Oh yeah, the doc to PDF file converter, yeah. So like if you want to have those conversations, one, I wouldn't start them like that in public, but two, you have to understand you're talking about something that should be universally condemned easily. So when you see someone trying to split hairs, cool. And I get it. When people push against you, you feel the need to double down. I want to implore you to learn to grow up. Learn how to take your L's and grow from them. And if you don't want to learn this lesson, that's cool. But you got to find new friends then. Because I don't want that shit here. I don't want someone who wants to split hairs on topics like that here. And therein lies a little bit of the confusion. If you don't think the argument will change folks' mind, why even have the argument? If you think your take is so hot, why take the hot point? There's a reason why I didn't talk about this topic yesterday. It's because all the facts weren't out. That's literally called self-control. And just because you don't think it's not in good faith doesn't mean that the person who's being forced to respond to it has to take it in good faith. Good faith implies that there's a mutual understanding. If there's not a mutual understanding, then the aspect of faith, which is the camaraderie of understanding, is out the window. Yeah, but that's the thing about good faith arguments. It's a good faith argument because you're implying that the person you're arguing with will reciprocate that. And when they don't reciprocate that, then you haven't done enough to ingratiate your faith in that argument. The literal term of good faith implies that you are leaning on the person you're arguing with to give you a little bit of mercy, to understand your character. And the literal name of my channel is Coding with Strangers. You are a stranger, and I am talking about a subject matter that I'm later going to post to the internet, that is on the internet. And the association, if that was good faith, is that I, as the host, am facilitating that faith. So you've given me no choice other than to distance you, to show you that it's not good faith, and to tell you why. And once again, you're assuming that any reasonable, rational person would give a fuck if they were 10 or 17. That's the problem. You are stuck on your point. You don't care. I honestly don't think you care. So it's fine. Just go. Like, bro, it's cool. I'm pretty sure there's 100 other streamers that will agree with you. Go talk to them. But we don't want to have your good faith argument here. This is a community that shits on bad faith arguments, and you're getting shitted on, and you're still standing in the shit. There's been a reasonable person. There's been a reasonable person here. There's been a reasonable person here that's been arguing with you. There's been a person who's shitted on you, the host, and then there's been people who have been silent and haven't said anything to you. No one has come to your aid. No one's come to your defense about this, and it hasn't dawned on you yet that maybe you're not making as good as a point as you probably think you should be. And I can't teach you morality. That's not my job. That's something you gotta learn on the outside, or you gotta learn from your parents or something. But like you haven't even picked up on it. I'm a person that's perfectly fine with being told I'm wrong. Shit, I get told I'm wrong daily with my code. So I'm perfectly fine hearing that I'm wrong. You literally haven't even acknowledged that in an environment like this, how you could be wrong. Hell yeah, I'm about to attack you. Hell yeah, you're goddamn right I'm gonna attack you. But really, the reason why I'm even putting up with you is because I want to make sure you know you're wrong. Because if I didn't care, I would have just banned you and left you to your devices. But I want you to know, there's no world that you're ever going to get someone like me to agree with your point. And with that being said, if you still continue to argue, yeah, yeah, because this is going to be its own segment about how someone, this is going to be the title in the description. After talking about Dr. Disrespect, a stranger on the internet decided to split hairs and tell the difference between a 10-year-old and a 17-year-old. And is it really that bad based on which age it is? The answer is a universal yes! Yes! So here's a 13-minute long video about me roasting this individual, and then later timing him out and probably banning him, because why the fuck do I even want him here? That's literally going to be I'm literally giving you the timeline of this situation, how it starts, where it ends, and I put the ball back in your court to make amends, to try and save faith, to say, okay, look, I just sucked my heels in because I felt like I was being attacked on the internet. True, fair, cool. I'm the perpetrator in this attack. And if I'm being accused of attacking someone on there because they wanted to split hairs on what a PDF file deems appropriate or not appropriate, I'd be glad to be your hero and save you from this dilemma. But you're not going to learn this lesson because you haven't learned how to take L's. And take it from a loser who's learned a lot in my time. Sometimes it's better just to shut the fuck up and take that L. Just take it, bro. Hey, and that's what, and like I said, he'll continue to deflect. The situation's over. I don't know what else you want from me, bro. You could have been gone. But my thing I said in the beginning is true. You're going to end up on the list talking like that.